Hi everyone, it's Rachel with Rachel's Super Cute Creations, and I am here today, this evening, I should say, to make some little mini journals. On my live last week, um, people were asking me about these little mini journals that I use to tuck into spots, and so I decided that I was going to go ahead and make some today live. So I'm going to give people just a couple of minutes to get in. And I'm going to grab some supplies. So if you are interested in kind of crafting along with me this evening, we are going to just make some mini journals out of some playing cards. We're going to make another journal that flips this way from a time card. We're going to make a mini journal from an inventory tag. And then we'll see how far we get. I might show you a couple other ones. So while everybody's coming in, I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes. I do need to get some supplies. So what you will need is just some papers, some scrap papers out of your scrap bin. In addition to that, you would need something to bind with or a stapler. And you're going to need some fabric. So I'm going to grab some fabric. I hope everyone is having a really great evening. Michigan is finally warming up a little. Hi, I see someone is here. Please say hello over on the right-hand side. I'm just gathering some supplies for our video. So please go over to the right and say hello. We're going to be making some mini journals this evening. So if you'd like to journal with us, if you would just grab some playing cards if you have them. Hello, Dreamy MM. How are you this evening? Oops, I'm sorry. Making all this noise. I'm just grabbing some little fabric scraps for our binding this evening. While we're waiting for a couple more people to join us. Oh, I'm sorry you had a long day. Well, good. Maybe you can just spend some time watching me and relaxing this evening. Okay, sorry for all the noise. Okay, I think I have enough to get started. Well, I'm glad you're joining me, Dreamy. So what I'm going to do today is just make some small, I am working on a journal for Calico Collage. If you haven't had an opportunity to run over there and check her out, please do so. And also you can run over to That's Just Penny. She does some amazing things as well. But I'm working on a kit, and I need to make some things to tuck in to some pockets. And you can also use these as mini journals. So we're going to just go ahead and start with this little guy right here. So this is a time card. Many of you may have some time cards that you really don't know what to do with. A lot of people use them as journaling cards. They cut them down. Some people cut them into tags. Sorry that my camera's going in and out, but I decided today that I wanted to create a journal out of one. So we're going to create a journal. Hi, Bonnie and Clyde. Thanks for coming tonight. We're just making some mini journals. And so this journal, when it is all done, is going to be 3¼ wide by 4 inches tall. And this journal is open like this, like a field guide. And so I went ahead and I cut some papers. These papers are, I don't want to tell a lie, so let me measure them again. So these papers are 3⅛ wide, 3⅛ wide by a little over 7½ So about just a smidge over 7½. And so you're going to see here that these are going to fit in just. Sorry guys, are we buffering tonight? Because YouTube has been having all kinds of problems with buffering. Yeah, I love putting mini journals in pockets as well. So I'm going to show you, this is a mess. This is the kit that I'm working on right now. And if you were with me live, we made some pockets. And so today I want to make this little mini journal to coordinate with my kit. And so I'm going to pull out some little scrap pieces that we've been working with. And I'm also going to pull out some ephemera that I cut up that can go on the front of our journal. And I'm not what we're going to use yet. I just want to pull some things out so we can start playing. Okay. We'll start with this, and if we need more, we'll pull some more things in a little bit. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my ink pad. Oh, I see there's 3 of us here now. Sorry, I bumped the camera and it's going in and out. So please say hello on the right. I am going to do some giveaways tonight, you guys. And look, I already have them all packaged up, ready to go. So we're going to do, definitely going to do at least 4 giveaways today or this evening. All right, so I'm getting my ink pads out and my ink dauber. And one of the things that I want to do, and also want to show you that if you have journaling cards from kits, or you get like an ATC card, that you can actually make journals out of those as well. So I'm sorry, I'm going to put some more junk on my table here. All right. Okay, there we go. And I apologize, I keep bumping my camera. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do, and I apologize if you hear children in the background. My daughter has 8 of her basketball players over right now, having a sleepover. So they are downstairs. You can hear them coming up the stairs right now. And they have one whole level to themselves, but they do have to come up in order to go to the hot tub. And I have a feeling they're going to be going to the hot tub soon. So I'm just distressing the edges of this. And then I have to decide which one I want to be my front and which one I want to be the back. And I'm thinking that this is going to be my front, even though it's upside down. I mean, we could do the journal like this, or we could, but I want to do it this way. Hi, Penny. Thanks so much for popping in. I was kind of waiting for you to talk about our little surprise that we have going on, our little retreat. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. I was hoping, Penny hasn't been feeling good, so I hope your migraine is better, Penny. Okay. So I have inked everything up here. And now I'm going to take this little time card and I'm going to embellish the front of it. So I have some scrap pieces of paper here, and I think that it needs something. It needs something to just make it a little more interesting. So I'm going to pull out this old dictionary page. You guys saw me play with this the other night. It's extremely old, and it has beautiful color. So we're going to just start with this. And I'm going to just ink this up a little bit. I'm going to grab a little scrap piece of paper. This is so fragile that I can't just ink the edges up like I did the time card. Okay, so we've inked this up. I think it's absolutely beautiful. But I think we still need something behind here. Oh, I'm sorry, hon. It's actually because I keep bumping my table. There we go. How's the autofocus now, Dreamy? Are we good now? I apologize. I bumped my table, and once I start that, the autofocus does start to go crazy. So I apologize if I was making you guys seasick. Sorry about that. Okay. So I also have this cheesecloth, and we're going to use this to give it some texture. And then maybe we'll go like this. And then let's see here. I'm going to cut some of this off. There we go. So I apologize. Can you guys hear the girls coming up the stairs? Of course, when I would want to come on, they would decide that they want to come upstairs. They haven't been upstairs since they got here. Okay, so because I'm using cheesecloth and I want to adhere this, I'm going to just use some Fabri-Tac on the paper so that I can just stick it all down at one time, because I'm not going to stick all of the cheesecloth down. So what's everybody up to tonight? Penny, you missed it. I am going to do 4 giveaways tonight. Depending, oh, there's 8 of us in here. Who else is in here? Please say hello over on the right-hand side so I know who's here. You guys, I am going to be doing giveaways tonight. So please say hello. All right. And so there we go. So here's what we have so far. Then I want to take one of our embellishments and I want to add it to this. But before I do that, I feel like it needs some more color. So I'm going to take this piece of fabric and I'm going to tear it. And I'm going to get these beautiful edges on here. All right. So I can get a hold of these. There we go. Okay. So we're going to add this. We're just going to keep doing some layers on here. All right. So I go ahead and layer that. And I think we're going to add one of these beautiful roses to the front. This is from the kit Bella Rose, and this Bella Rose kit is exclusive to Linda Israel, who is an amazing artist. And the person who designed this kit for her is Norella, who owns Calico Collage. And the images that she creates are just amazing. This black line or dark line you can leave on. If you have a scan and cut, that's what that's for. Or you can leave it on and you don't have to ink. But because I'm not using the dark ink this time, I'm using tea dyed. I normally use Vintage Photo, and that's a little darker ink. I wouldn't worry about it, but because I decided to use a lighter ink on everything else, I'm going to cut that off just so I can keep the feel the same throughout the whole journal. Okay. Hi, Moondog Journals. Who else is here? We've got Bonnie and Clive. We've got Penny. We've got Joe Moranthe. Hi, glad you're here again, Joe. So glad you guys were able to catch me tonight. It was kind of an impromptu. I didn't plan to come on today, but I knew I had to get some things done, and so I figured, hey, I'll just go ahead, turn the camera on, and if someone shows up, great, and if they don't, well, that's okay too. So that's kind of where we're at. All right, so trying to just layer this, and I'm not liking there. How's that? Is that too much, you guys? Or I might do this. Which one do you like better? Do you like the angel wings with the key, or do you like the roses? Which one do you like? The roses are good, Moondog? Okay, we'll do the roses. I am going to just give it a little more ink to try to give it some more dimension. Dreamy likes the angel wings. Penny likes the roses. All right, well, I'll tell you what, Dreamy, we'll use the angel wings on the next little journal. How's that? All right, we're going to add this like this. You know what? I think I'm going to layer in a little more of that cheesecloth. And we'll just give it all kinds of dimension. All right, so I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac again, which I apologize. I should have stored upside down. Oh, thank you, Bonnie and Clive. I appreciate that. We have 7 people in here, but not everybody said hello. So if you're in here, please say hello. So I can give you a shout out and I know who's in here with us tonight. I would appreciate it. So if you haven't gone over to the other side and just said hello, please do so we know who's in here. Hi, Penny. Penny, I know you're over there. But there's supposed to be 7 in here, and I only see 3 people chit-chatting with us tonight. Oh, you guys, I really do love this. Look at how cute that is. That is adorable. Took you a minute to find the chat. Okay, perfect. All right, so now I'm going to open it up. So this journal is going to, oops, I'm sorry. This journal is going to open like this. I'm going to put a tuck spot up here. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of this paper that is from the kit, and I'm going to take or create a little tuck spot. So I'm just going to cut this across. Oh, there we go. And go like this and like this. Okay. Now, this piece is almost 3 inches. So we're going to make it 2.5 so I can, there we go. And I'm going to make it 3, no. Yeah, I'm going to do 3 inches. Okay. All right. So what I did, because this is just copy weight paper, is I just folded it over. Now you wouldn't have to do this. You could back it with something else or you could do something different. But because it's copy weight paper and I want to tuck things under it, I do need to make it a little more sturdy. So I'm just going to fold it in half. And I know that it's not perfect because I didn't make it a perfect square. I'll go ahead and trim that off once I decide which side I want to use. And I'm thinking I'm going to use this side. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to trim that off just like that. And I'm going to make this little corner tuck up here. So before I do that though, before I glue it down, I do want to ink it up. Okay. What do we have going on? Okay, I'm Mary, not so known in the crafting community. You know me from my nail art, which by the way, I need your advice. Should I create a new channel or carry on my nail one? So, okay, so my recommendation, Mary, would be to start another YouTube channel. Because nail art and junk journals and crafting are kind of a little bit completely different, I would just open another channel. Because then people who are following you for your nail art will stay with you for your nail art. And then you can use your other channel for your other creativity. Now that's just me. Other people may have a different idea. I know I did some DIY gift ideas on my channel because to me, my channel is Super Cute Creations. And some people were upset about that because they felt like I should just be doing paper crafts on there. But my channel is Super Cute Creations. So in my mind, DIY gifts are super cute too. So, but that's just my little 2 cents. All right, so we've created this, and then I'm going to add a little pocket down here, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to sew in this signature. So I want to do this pocket out of this fabric because this fabric is so pretty. So I'm just going to, maybe I'm going to tear it. Okay, so I tore this. And just because people are going to be, excuse me, guys, I'm sorry, tucking things in, I am going to fold the lip of this down. And so you could fold it like this in, and your pocket would look like this, okay? But I want to fold it this way because I like this frayed look. And because the right side, this is the wrong side of the fabric, and the right side of the fabric are so close, I think I can do that without having a problem. So just 1 second here. So I'm just going to put a small little bead of Fabri-Tac down. I think it's time for me to go get some more Fabri-Tac. Okay, so see, I'm still leaving those little frayed edges because I like the look of those. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to clean my nozzle. Yeah, I agree, Bonnie. I mean, if it's your channel, you can do, you can do whatever you want, really. Just you want to think about what do you want to do? How do you want people to find you? And that tagging is really important. So if you've had a lot of tags for nail art, you might not be getting the right people coming for other things. Now, when you're making these to tuck in, two things in your journal. Do not make them super thick. Do not make them with a ton of stuff in them. So I am just going to be putting in 1, 2, 3, 4 papers, which makes 16 writing pages. So that's plenty if I'm going to do a just a little tuck in. All right, let me clear this mess off my desk here. Okay, so a couple things I can do at this point. If I want to, I can just staple this and I can be done. I can put 2 little staples here and I can be done. And we're going to do that on some of them, but on this one, I'm going to go ahead and bind it. So I'm going to use my wax thread. And I'm going to bind this just like I would bind a normal journal. So I am going to get my tool, my awl. Make sure you line it up how you want it. So I'm lining my pages up. Because this is so small, I don't need to put one up here. I mean, I could, but I don't really need to, so I'm not going to. So I'm going to poke one in the middle. I'm not measuring. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I have my 3 holes. This time I'm going to go from the outside. I'm going to leave my tail on the outside of this. Sometimes Nick the Booksmith does this, and I kind of like that sometimes, especially for little projects. All right. So I need to pull this on the other side. Now what I'm going to do is just tighten this. Tie a knot. Get my fingers to work, we'll be all set. And then I'm just going to tie it in a bow. Just like that. Oops. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, when I tie it in a bow, and I didn't do it, when I tie it in a bow, what I will do is take and put a little tiny dab of glue right here, especially if you're using wax thread, because it's very slippery. So I'm putting a little dot of glue there. I'm going to tie my bow quickly, and that will kind of adhere it there, and it will not come untied if you bump it like I just did. So give me a second here to tie this back down. Okay. I'm going to adjust my bow, tie it really tight, and then I'm going to just take this. I don't know if you guys can see this, and I'm going to lean it forward a little bit, and I just take and put a little dab of glue on there again. And then if I take and kind of bend that back, just like that, that knot will not come undone. There we go. Look at that, you guys. That is so cute. Isn't that adorable? Okay, but before we're done, I've got to put something up here. We made this little tuck to put something there. So look, this, nope, it's going to be too big. I have this cute little tag that comes with the kit. That, nope, I don't like that either. We're going to do this little tiny one. There we go. So we have a little rose tag in there, which I think is adorable. We could actually put it like this. I kind of like it like that. Isn't that cute? And then I will put something in here. I'll put this little rose tag in here. There we go. So we now have a little embellishment to put into my journal, and it's a little mini journal. What do you guys think? Do you like this? Is it super cute? Does it fit my super cute creations? And then, I mean, you could get really fancy with this. You could certainly embellish if you wanted to. You could embellish the pages. You could do, some fun things. Just put maybe some little stamps. Let me see if I have any flower stamps that might go with this kit. I don't have all my stamps up here. Let me just look real quick. I don't have any flower stamps. I have this little filigree thing that I think would be cute. Oh, it's very light. Let's try it on a white page. There. It's not a lot, but it's just a little something. And I think that's really cute. I think you could, you definitely could take all these little scraps. You could go crazy with this. You could add a little scrap of paper like this. And you could add a little piece of fabric right here. I'm not happy with this tacky glue tonight, you guys. I'm sorry. I keep having problems. It's super duper cute, Bonnie. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, there. Okay, now I have this adorable embellishment to put into my journal. What do you think? Has anybody ever made a journal out of a time card? Okay. So this is my next idea, you guys. I have these inventory tags that I sell in my store. And I got to thinking today, wouldn't this be really cute if I could make a little mini journal flip out? Once again, I'm not putting a lot of pages in here. Let's see how many I have. And this is all scrap paper, you guys. Here's what I did. I said, I am bound and determined to use up scrap paper. So this is my scrap paper bins. And so all I'm doing is pulling everything from these two scrap paper bags today. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 pieces of paper. So this is going to make a 20-page journal when you count front and back. And my idea is going to be this. We are going to do a fabric binding. Now, here's my question that I don't know. I want to ask you guys. Do I want this to be my back cover, or do I want the tag to be? So this would be the front cover and this would be the back. What do you think though? Should it be both the front covers on the front and back, or should I leave it as is? What do you think? Should I leave it like this, or should I? What do you think? Are we buffering, guys? As is. Okay. I'm sorry we're buffering. That darn YouTube is just really causing all kinds of problems. Okay, so some of you know, now it's my time, Penny, to talk about our retreat. I am going to have an exclusive kit for our virtual junk journal retreat, and that is going to be some fabric washi tape. This fabric washi tape is going to be a great deal. Let me show you what the package looks like. We tore into one yesterday, but I want to show you what the actual package, if you purchase one, if you're part of our retreat and you decide to purchase one, this is how it will come to you. There are 11 different washi tapes. And so this washi tape could be used as your spine if you wanted to, or I'm going to show you, if you don't have fabric washi tape, how to do it as well. So I need to get some fabric here, you guys. Just give me 1 second. So this is a piece of muslin. And I need about 1 inch in order to bind this. So I'm just ripping this piece, okay? And then I'm also going to need another piece for the inside about the same. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of measuring. And I like all my fabric ripped. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to make a spine with 2 tags and a little piece of muslin. Now, what you need to do is you need to find your papers. My papers for this actual tag journal are, they are 3 inches wide. Hold on, I'm sorry. No, they're not. They are 5.5 inches tall by 6 inches wide, folded in half. You end up with a 3-inch page, okay? So what I do when I do this type of journal is I kind of stack my pages in the middle so I can see about how thick this is. This is about 1/16 of an inch thick. And I will put a paper clip on it. Now, if I was doing something thicker, I would use this big paper clip, but because it's thin, I'm just going to use a small paper clip. And I'm going to put 2 paper clips on here. Okay. All right. And so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bind this, but I have to figure out how long my spine is. Now, I'm not going to bind this little corner up here. If you can see that, I can't bind all the way up here or we're going to have a problem. So I have to make my binding just a little bit shorter. So I'm going to go ahead and make a snip mark. And I think that will be enough. Oh, no, we got to go a little bit smaller. So this is a little bit of fussing around because fabric will stretch. So you have to kind of be careful. Okay, there we go. All right, so here's how we bind it. You're going to want to, if I can get this to sit on here straight, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so I have to decide how far over do I want my binding. And because this is a tag and I have a line, I can kind of line it up with the words. But if you didn't have that, you would want to just kind of figure out, okay, about where the half mark is. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make our own fabric binding. So this is just kind of how you do bookbinding as well. Now, I would not recommend doing this for a large journal. This is okay for something small, but I would not do this for a large journal. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to kind of line it up and smooth it out. Just like that. Everybody see that? Okay. Now, here's where you have to be very careful. What you don't want to do is push this down and pull this really tight because then your book's not going to open well. So you have to kind of figure out, okay, if you want your book to shut, which I do, you have to say, okay, this is how I want it. I've got to bring my fabric over without pushing it down too far, or you will not be able to, your book will be open. What will happen is it'll be tight here and your book's, oops, sorry, you can't see because, so what would happen is if I made this really tight, this part is going to go like this. It's going to be open. And then when you go to open your pages, it's going to be hard to open. Okay. So you want to kind of let it fall naturally, but making sure your two tags are lined up. So I'm just temporarily tacking that on there. I don't know if this is making sense, you guys. I'm sorry. Because this is the first time I've done this. I've done this with other things. I've never done it with tags. I usually do it with playing cards, which I'm going to show you how to do tonight as well. All right. So I'm just gently bringing it over the binding. I'm not pulling it too tight. I'm leaving not lots of room here in my spine so that when I actually go to bind it, there. So we have just now made a book cover. Cool or what? Okay. So you could leave it just like this. You don't have to add it inside piece. I just like to do that for the durability. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this again. Tear that off. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the inside that I did to the outside. So I'm going to put my glue down. I did not mean to put that much on there. I'll kind of smooth it out down there. There we go. So I'm just taking my muslin, you guys, and this is just cheap muslin. When I'm doing stuff, because I like a lot of strings, I go with the cheapest muslin I can find when I go to the fabric store. You can even get this stuff I think I got from Walmart. So depending, if you like a lot of strings like I do, find the cheapest possible muslin because it means that the thread count is a lot less. Okay, so there we go. So we now have this gorgeous little book. And see, it's going to want to come open a little bit. So what you need to do is kind of slide. This is going to make it want to come open. So let me find the bone folder. And I'm going to kind of work this inside one a little bit. So what I'm doing, you guys, I don't know if you can see this because the lights. So there is a space. These two cards do not butt up against each other. So what I'm doing is I'm working the space in between the cards so that we'll get a nice fold, and for the most part, it will stay shut. All right, I do need to put a little more glue under these two spots. Well, if I can get it to work, we'll be all set, you guys. Definitely going to get some more Fabri-Tac tomorrow. Okay, what do we got going on here? We have 12 people in here. Who's all here? Penny, I see you're the only one talking. Are people just watching and they're not talking, or what's going on? Okay, so now I'm going to take my signature. And I'm going to open it up and get it set to bind. Now, you can do this however you want. I did not go all the way to the top. You could go to the top and trim those. But I'm not doing that because I don't want to have to punch holes in all the pages. So I'm going to go ahead and put my big clip on there. Woo! We're going to get our binding thread out. Hi, Heather Winter. How are you? Hi, Mary. You guys, have you ever seen a journal made out of two of the inventory tags? I'm just asking because I don't know if this is a new idea. I've never seen anybody do it, but I don't know if it's a new idea or it's something you guys have already seen. You have not, Heather. Okay, well, good. Maybe this is new. So when you guys make these and you share them on YouTube, just remember that Rachel from Super Cute Creations showed you how to do this. All right, so I am going to ink this up. And I'm inking up the fabric too. I'm just making it a little more distressed. You don't have to do that, but I want it to kind of match what we have going on already. Oh, I see we're buffering again. Darn it. We still buffering, guys. I'm so sorry that it is. YouTube has to figure out this problem because it is really annoying. All of my YouTube friends that also create videos are really irritated by this as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bind this. I'm going to bind it the same way I bound the other one. I'm not going to measure. I'm going to do it by eye. Now, if you're new to this and you need to measure, by all means measure. It's 5.5 inches tall, the signature is. So you just have to figure out where your center is. And you want to be kind of about 1 inch from the bottom when you do this. Okay, can you see the 3 holes? This time we're going to bind on the inside, so I'm going to go through the middle. Oops, through. Well, of course I can't get it to work on. There we go. All the way down to the bottom. Keeping my thread on this side, I'm going to go back through the middle and come out the other side this time. I'm going to pull it nice and tight and tie it off. I can go ahead and tie a bow in the center. Just like that. Gonna get a little dab of my glue so I can seal that bow. Penny, you've never seen paper clips this big? Oh my gosh, I get them at Target Edges. Because this paper is so thin, I am just using regular school glue. I wouldn't normally use that, but this paper, you guys, is like almost like tissue paper because the book's so old. All right, shall we add some cheesecloth, you guys? Oh, is it still buffering a lot? Darn, I was really hoping we wouldn't have that problem today. All right. Finally got me back. Okay, thanks, Penny. I'm so sorry, you guys. I wish there was something I could do to fix that. Okay. So, how's that? Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm loving this. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down my fabric. Oh, I can't glue it yet. Hang on. I need to decide where my ribbon is going to be. So let me grab, give me 1 second so I can grab my seam binding. I'm going to use this coffee dyed seam binding. So let's see, how do I want to do this? Yep, I think we're going to do it just like that. Okay. So I'm adding my glue. I'm also going to put my seam binding under here like this. Add my fabric. And then I can add my bird however I want it. But now my seam binding is underneath there. And I'm going to add just a little bit of glue along the back, the seam binding as well. That way it will stay in place. There we go. And that way we'll be able to tie this off when we're all done. All right, so trying to decide, you know what, I don't like that tag shape, so I am going to cut this off. I like that better, so I'm going to go ahead and add that, but I think we should add some cheesecloth with it, since we did cheesecloth on the other one. Oh, thank you, Dreamy. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I might do that because I'm not sure what's going on with this. I normally don't have as much trouble with my my glue, but tonight it's just not working how it should. Oh yes, I love that cheesecloth in there. And I think part of the reason why is it's getting towards the bottom. And I need to probably get another bottle, but it has to get me through this video tonight. All right. All right, so now we are done with our second mini journal. Isn't that adorable? I absolutely love that. Can you guys see that, or are we still buffering? Here's the back. So cute. It's super cute, Dreamy. All right, now let's open it up and let's do a little bit of embellishing on the inside. Not a lot, but a little bit. So I want to put a little pocket here. And I think I'm just going to use some coffee dyed paper. because it has, this coffee dyed paper has a really good weight to it. So I'm going to make my pocket 2 inches tall. And if I would just measure this, I wouldn't have to be doing so much cutting, but I'm not. All right. So I am looking for an edge. Do I have an edge? I can't do an edge punch because I don't have one up here. That's all right. So I'm going to go ahead and put this pocket down, and we'll use some fabric washi tape on that. So there we go. You know what? We're going to use that stamp that we used in the other journal. There. And now I can take one of these tags that comes with the kit and tuck it right in there. If I wanted to, I could corner punch these. And on this side, I think I'm just going to put, what do I want to do here? What if we just did a belly band? I think I'm just going to do a belly band here. I'm going to have to print out some more embellishments for my kit here because I'm using them all up on my embellishments. So I'm going to go ahead and add that belly band, and I can put a little journal card right in there. So there we go. This embellishment is done. Thanks, Penny. All right, so while I'm getting ready to do the next little journal, so far we've done 2 little journals and it's been an hour. I want to talk a little bit about our retreat. We're going to do a giveaway. Penny is hosting a virtual retreat. It's $10 to join, and originally we were going to do it on Facebook. But because so many people do not have Facebook, she decided to create a website. So you will have access to the website during the time of the retreat, and you're going to get special deals on certain things. So those certain things will be from digital kits to, if you're interested in this Bella Rose kit from Linda Israel, you're going to get 10% off. And in addition, you're going to get all kinds of free videos that are exclusive only to people who are joining our retreat. So Penny, if you would put the information down below for people to register, and if you have questions about that retreat, go ahead and ask them, and Penny will answer them. It's also going to be like a craft fair. So it's going to be like an online craft fair for all of us. And we're very excited about it. Penny's put a lot of hard work in to this, and we want to definitely support this amazing idea. So sorry, the buffering is messing up, Robin. Penny, are you still here with me? Okay. So Penny, if you'll put the link at the bottom for that digital retreat, we would, and if anybody has any questions, ask in the thread because this is an amazing opportunity. And I know it's $10 to sign up, but you guys, you're going to get way more than $10 worth of stuff. You're going to get some free printables. There's going to be some prizes. There's going to be free videos that are exclusive only to our campers. So it is definitely worth the money and the time, and you can attend at your leisure. So I know a lot of you, at least for me, a lot of things happen during the day, and I still work full time, so I can't join those things because I'm at work. But with this, you'll be able to partake whenever you are available. So Penny has put the link in here. If you're interested, head over to Penny's. Um, sorry, guys, I have to think about this. So right now I'm doing the cards the same way, but I have to think about how this cover is going to go. Okay, so I have to put it on this side. So anyway, I just think it's going to be a really fun. It's a neat opportunity. It's going to be great for newbies, great for advanced crafters and anglers. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using two vintage playing cards. And I'm doing the exact same technique that we did with our tags. So I'm creating a little fabric spine. But this time, and notice that, I am leaving, straighten that up. You have to leave some space in there. Oh, I see it's buffering again. I'm so sorry, guys. So I'm leaving some space in there. Here are my pages. And these pages are much thicker. I had some scraps of thick paper. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pages in there. That makes 16 pages for this little booklet. And I want to show you that you don't have to bind this. If you want to do just something really simple, get out your stapler, staple right in that little crease. And you have this cute little journal. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? That is an adorable little journal. Now, I would do the same thing. I would put a closure on it. Because this is so pretty, I'm not going to add any embellishments because I just think that this vintage card is adorable. So the embellishment on this journal is simply going to be a bow. If I can get my fingers to work this evening. Not sure why I can't tie bows on camera. There we go. There. And you have this little mini adorable journal. Now, you could attach this if you wanted to. You could simply just, and I think I might do that. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. Because it's such a small piece, I don't want people to lose it. So I'm only putting the glue, though, on the spine part. There we go. So what do you think, guys? Like those little card journals? And you can put pockets in these just like you would put in anything else. I mean, there's no reason you can put a little belly band if I wanted to. I mean, I could, you know, I could put a belly band right here. In fact, let's do that because I have this scrap paper right here. So let me cut a 1/2 inch strip. And I need it to be, let's see, need it to be 3.5. Yep, I needed it to be 3.5. And so I'm going to just ink it up. And these are fun, you guys. You can put pockets in them. You can put belly, and you can do anything you do in a big journal, you can do in these little journals. And that's what's so fun about them. I'm going to add a little piece of fabric just to give it some dimension. Okay, Dreamy. I'm sorry that, you guys were having buffering problems. You got me back, Penny? Okay, well, I'm not sure if you heard me, but I said all your ministry work that you do, and I just greatly appreciate all that ministry work you do. I just think you do amazing things. That, maybe journals like this might be something you could send out because they're reasonable in price to ship now compared to all the other crazy shipping prices that we have. So just an idea for you to kind of toss around. Hi, Barbara. Thank you for coming back. I'm so sorry. I don't know what is going on. This is acting terrible tonight. So remember I had this little tab from the, we cut off the tag. I'm going to use it as a tab on the top of this little journal. That way a little tiny tag could be tucked into it. So we can take this to the top. Add that. And now we can tuck something little in there. Let's see here. What do I have that I can tuck in there? What do I have? Oh, I know. I have this amazing little, yeah, Penny, I think these would be fun. And I think people would enjoy them. I think that they're, and you could still continue ministry work. But it would only cost, I think it would probably just cost a regular, just a regular stamp. That's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping. I bought a scale today, Penny, so that I could start weighing to try to figure out postage a little bit better. There we go. So this is so cute. Here's our little journal. The miniature journal made out of 2 vintage playing cards. All right, let's, there's only 2 of us in here, Penny and Barbara. Are you still here? Barbara, if you're still here, let me know. Oh, Heather. Heather's still here. Okay, I have Heather still here. Is Barbara still here? Okay, so Barbara, Heather, and Penny, because you guys stuck with me through all this buffering, the 3 of you are going to get 3 of my giveaways tonight. How does that sound? And let me show you what you're going to get. So I need you to send me an email right away with your mailing address so I can put it on here. Look, I already have the stamps on here, you guys. I'm so far ahead of myself. So I was doing a little searching and I found these very vintage bingo cards. They are paper, they are brittle, but you are each going to get one of each color, 6 bingo cards, and then you're going to get a piece of printable ephemera that I had in my box. So each one of the ephemera pieces are different, but they're great because you can just tuck them in and use them. So Barbara, Penny, and Heather, if you will send me an email, I would appreciate that because I am going to send you each one of these envelopes, which has, as I said, one piece of printable ephemera, and it's going to each have 6 of those vintage bingo cards. Okay, so I need to write that down though because I'll forget when I get off of here. So I have Heather, winner 8, Penny, and Barbara Oliver. All right. Do you guys need my email address or do you all still have it? Because I think you've gotten things from me before. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Heather, Penny, and Barbara. I just appreciate you guys hanging in here with me tonight with this horrible internet problems with Facebook. Facebook has to figure this out because it is just really annoying. All right, so let's show again what we've made tonight. We've made this tag journal. We've made this time card journal. We've made this little card, playing card journal. I have one more idea. Are you guys up for one more idea? I have no idea if it's going to work. You did not write it down, Barbara? Okay, I'll put it up right here. Here's my email. You guys are up for one more idea? Okay. Do any of you have these guest checks at home? Oh, thank you, Tori. They are so cute. All right, so we're going to make a little journal out of this guest check. All right. So here's the email. Everybody has this email now. All right, we are going to make a guest check journal. I did not cut the pages for this because I wasn't sure if we'd get this far. So this journal is 3 1/16 by 3 and almost a half. So our strips okay, so this is about the right. So let me see how long this is. I should have wrote it down, you guys. Just so you know, I have a big birthday coming up this month that I'm not happy about. I am going to be 40 and not excited one bit about it. I'm really, really having a hard time with it. And my memory seems to be just not good. So, all right. So we're going to make this just a smidge smaller than 3 1/2. And I think, no, it's got to be smaller than that. We're going to go 3 1/4 with this because I want to leave some room on the top and the bottom. Yep. So these inside pages are going to measure 3 1/4 by 6 inches. 3 1/4 by 6 inches. And I need to grab some more scraps out of my bin. You turned 40 last year, Heather. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I bumped my camera again. You know, I typically don't have problems with birthdays, but I'm just really struggling with this one this year. So this one's not quite as wide, but I'm okay with it because I think I want to use this while you were out. I do need to cut some off. You had a problem with 30, Heather? I don't know. And part of it may be just have had a lot going on. And I think that might be part of the problem with just some things. And so I don't know. I'm normally not, birthdays don't normally bother me, but this one is sneaking up fast and it is bothering me. Okay. Alrighty. We're almost there, you guys. All right, so I have 2 more pages. So this is all just scrap paper, you guys. There's nothing fancy about any of this paper that I have here. Let's see, how many pages do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 20 pages, front and back. Yeah, I think that's good. All right. So I think I'm just going to use my stapler on this one too. You could certainly bind this if you wanted to, but I'm just going to use a stapler. Because it's an embellishment, this is quick and easy. I do need to get my bone folder out though. Well, I don't think I stapled very straight. That's okay. We'll just trim that off a little bit. All right. So here's our guest check. I'm going to ink it up. And this is this is a pretty heavyweight guest check, but it is still a little flimsy. So we need to make it a little sturdier. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to put anything on the inside because I like these lines. So you could make it sturdy by adding something to the inside. But I think we'll add something to the outside to make it a little sturdier. And I said I was going to use this little guy, so I think we might use it. We might. I'm not sure. Oh, I could use this though. Oh, I really like that. What do you think? Shall we use the dress form? Oh, happy belated birthday, Barbara. So I think I'm going to use this dress form. I know I said earlier that I was going to use the angel wings, but this guest check this dress form seems to fit this guest check to me. All right. This one might turn out easier than I thought, because I think I'm just going to add, we're not going to over embellish this because I love this little card. So I'm going to get my cheesecloth again. And spread it out. Actually, let's go like this. Well, let's do this too. You're welcome, Barbara. Who else is in here? I see there's 6 of us in here. Barbara, Penny, Heather, who else is here with us? We've been having some buffer problems, so I know some people have left us. And I get it, because that buffering is really irritating. All right. So we'll put that down. And then we will put down this little piece. And I think I'm going to try to add some lace to the edge of this. So give me a second. I'm going to grab some lace. And I think I'm going to attach it to the inside, you guys, so that we have it peeking out. I don't want it to go over the guest check part. So we're going to just take this crocheted lace and add it to the inside, and we'll have just that little bit peeking out. Isn't that cute? And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do the same thing to the back. Claudia, I'm not sure what's going on. It's YouTube tonight is causing us all kinds of havoc. I'm probably going to have to make a totally different video and just upload it on all these different journals that I've made, because YouTube has been acting up. Okay, there you go. So this is another little super cute, tiny little journal with 16 pages in it. And it will tuck right into something. It will go in an envelope nicely. And you can send it to somebody. This is great happy mail. You know, I need something else on here. I'm just not quite satisfied. So when all else fails, add some bling. So how do you like the guest check journal? Is it super cute, everyone? All right, so here's what we made tonight. We made our inventory tag journal. We made guest check journal, made a playing card journal, and we made a time card journal. So thank you so much for bearing with me with this horrible buffering problem that YouTube is having. I hope everybody liked this tutorial. I hope you can use some of these ideas. I will be selling some kits that will have the inventory cards, the guest checks, the time cards, and vintage cards in it. So there will be some kits that will be available. I will be doing another live sale soon, and those will be in there so that you guys can make these little journal kits. So I hope everybody liked that. If you won one of my giveaways today, please, please, please go to my email and send me an email with your address so that I can address your envelope tonight and get it in the mail on Monday. Any questions, anybody? Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I really appreciate all of your support. Bye, everyone.